So first of all, thanks the entire Microsoft community and David for giving me a chance to contribute in this community. So with that said, today we'll be seeing on a use case, that is how we can add a filters, how we can enhance the width of the Microsoft Teams adaptive card, how we can play with the tooltips and anchor tags, how we do in a web application and mobile applications. So all those different contents regarding the Copilot Studio we'll be seeing today. So with that said, let me introduce myself. My name is Darshan Magdum and I'm a senior software engineer at Neeland, India. It's a multinational company, worked under different sectors from the healthcare, insurance, banking. And I had worked with different skill sets, that is the Copilot Studio, Power Automate, web technologies, and also I'm a technical trainer. So from last 2 years, I'm delivering the technical trainings on different technical and code stacks such as Azure AI, Copilot Studio, Power Platform, and I had been guiding more than 2,000 students on such type of trainings. Apart from this, I'm also familiar with the graphic design and some part of UI UX. So let me start with my demonstrating. The first thing that is regarding the filters, that is the drop downs which we used in the Copilot Studio. So we always come in a scenarios where we use an adaptive cards to get some inputs from the users, and that adaptive cards has some of the enhanced features. That is, we can see all the multiple options in the adaptive card, but the list is so high. If the content is so larger in a size, it's difficult for end users to see each and every items at a single time. So adding a filters which allows users to see the search the specific item, which saves the time, as well as it adds the enhanced feature to the adaptive cards. So how to add those filters and how we can enhance these features we'll be seeing today. The second thing that is, since we deploy the agent on the Microsoft Teams, we had noticed most of the times that is adaptive cards in the Copilot Studio looks good, but when it comes to a Teams application, the width is not been handled. That is, the Teams application shows adaptive card with the minimum size. So how can we add those width to this adaptive card and play it with with some enhancement or some syntax? All the changes we'll be seeing today. The third thing that is regarding the tooltips. So since the end users are more familiar with the web application and mobile application, but today the agent world has came where there is a conversation experience, and in the most of the cases where messages are shown to the users expect some information that shows and tooltips or some of the effects whenever we move the mouse cursor to the specific object. So how we can add the tooltips similar to the different applications with the Copilot Studio and playing with YML code. All those things we'll be seeing today. And the last thing that is, whenever we have the URL or any of the hyperlinks, the users expect the clickable links where after clicking the specific application or specific page is rendered or handled. So how we can add those anchor tags similar to what do we do in a web application with the help of the adaptive cards or with the help of the YML code of the Copilot, we'll be seeing and integrating with the different aspects of the Copilot Studio. So without wasting a lot of time, I would like to show you directly some of the content from the Copilot Studio. Okay. So I had created one topic that contains, different use cases, what I had covered in my PPT. So let's say this is one topic which name is just a Copilot. So for demo purpose, I had created this topic, and inside this, the first thing that I was talking about, that is how we can add the filters so that users can search from the different items. Consider this, there is a huge size of drop downs, 100 plus items at a time, and it's difficult for end users to navigate or find the specific items. So in that case, the filter is being used here in the adaptive cards. So using the filters and the choices of the adaptive cards, it allows us to dynamically fetch the values from the based on the user's type, the specific keywords. So in that case, you need to set firstly that is style of the adaptive card, that is a filtered, and all the items we can add in the choices array of objects. So this way the dynamic filters and based on the keywords, it allows end users to find some of the items from the adaptive cards. The second thing that is regarding the second use case about clickable links. So as I told, we can add the anchor tags to the messages or any of the data which we show in the Copilot Studio. But in lot of the times, whenever we show the clickable links, it's not possible directly to add from the Copilot Studio. So in that case, all what we can do is play with the YAML codes. So if we go to the code editor, inside the code editor we have an option to add the play with some of the YML activity codes. So in that I had simply added the anchor tag like the way what we do in the HTML web applications, and I had set the URL when user clicks on the specific form. The respective the URL or the application should be opened from directly from the conversation experience. So this way we can play with adaptive cards, the YML codes. The third thing that is regarding the adding the tooltips. So in most of the cases, whenever we add some knowledge, or fetch some information from the agentic AI or the AI of the Copilot Studio, or the knowledge from the Copilot Studio, it shows sometimes the messages are generated by the AI. But when there are a lot of the users are complaining that is on the Teams application, sometimes the AI generated message is not being, that specific keyword is not being shown. So in that case, the most of the users are the complaining that they wanted to see a message at the end of the any of the knowledge information with some tooltip like this is a AI generated message. So all what we can do is using this span tag, we can add these tooltips. So these tooltips again need to be handled directly from the code editor, not from the the Copilot Studio message node, because YML codes gives us lot of abilities to control the application as well as control the different nodes of the messages of the Copilot Studio. Then the last one that is, let me see what was that. Yeah. So the width which I was talking about, that is on the Teams application. So the whenever we deploy this agent to a Teams application, these adaptive cards looks good inside the Copilot Studio. But when we deploy this on the Teams, the size is not shown as what we are expecting, and the end users complained regarding the width of the adaptive cards. So in that case, all what we can do is update the adaptive cards. So there is one property to add the width of the Copilot Studio adaptive cards. So if we set to the Microsoft Teams, MS Teams, and we can if you set the width to the full, it allows whenever the bot is deployed to the Teams application, based on the channel, Copilot smartly understand it's from the team application and sets the dynamically the width the content of the Microsoft Teams. So this way, all the four use cases I had covered, and it allows us to dynamically play with the conversation experience along with the different nodes and YML code. Yeah, so these were the small points which enhances the user experience. So that needs to be done both with the combination of nodes of the Copilot as well as the YML codes. That is a code editor option given by the Copilot. Yeah. So that's from my side. Thanks, David. Thanks, the Microsoft community for giving me chance and contribute today. Thank you. Have a good day.